I think it's going to be a difficult period of time. I think it's almost impossible, though, that we're not going to see increases in cost because this 90-day pause aside, we still are seeing a 10% increase. This article that you pointed out um, says even if the iPhone is moved out of China and they're foundry from India, it still raises the price by almost 15%.
Hmm.
And there is no option for literally anybody in the tech space to really build anything here in the U.S. That same article talks about if you put that iPhone and made it in the U.S., it goes from $1,000 to $3,500. I mean, there's just no pragmatic mechanism to accomplish that. So we're in for this, and I think what is really interesting or challenging that I think people aren't anticipating is that this is going to trickle into the cloud players sooner rather than later, right?
Hmm.
Because unlike an enterprise, if you were buying capital equipment, you could just put everything on hold. These cloud companies have no choice but to keep buying. And that means the costs are going to rise, and that means they're going to see an incremental cost increase across their entire customer base to compensate for that. So I think if you're like most CIOs heavily invested in the cloud, you should just be budgeting for increases because they're going to happen. So, I think it's an interesting time. I think there's a lot of challenges in front of it, and I guess we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I and right now we're seeing this temporary freeze on computers and I think video games and basically anything that is related to software and computing. But again, it's a temporary freeze. I do think that if you have any hardware components or custom servers, things like that, you have to seriously look at your options for India based or maybe Vietnam based or other countries that are outside of China for your sources. We're going to play this weird, whack-a-mole game of picking the country with the lowest tariffs and decent manufacturing capabilities to be able to fab and customize what you're looking for. If you are a buyer at scale of computing, you've got to be looking at that. Or even just PCs if you're buying 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 PCs a year because that's your enterprise.
We're definitely going to see it on, yeah, any of that equipment. We're definitely going to see it.